What up, YouTube Elleix? Coming back at you with another custom Scion Races cast. Spawning on the top left-hand side of the map, it's our orange Genetron player Sigmar, and spawning on the bottom right-hand side of the map, it's none other than our blue Genetron player Solstice. Solstice is the creator of this mod, so I expect this to be a really fun game today. If you guys are not familiar with the custom Scion Races mod, this is a mod that adds 3 new playable races to the StarCraft universe. We are effectively casting a game of StarCraft 3 that we never got, and I'm super stoked to be here. Now, Sigmar and Solstice both are in Diamond League, and you may recognize their names. I have cast a few of their games in the past. Sigmar, by far, is the guy that sends me the most custom Scion Races replays. He is my replay dealer for this mod. So, if you guys want me to cast any of your own games featuring this mod, please send them over to my email or my Discord, both of which will be in the description of this video. Now, back to the show. Looks like both players scouted, able to see that each opponent has expanded. So, this may be a macro game that we're witnessing right now. This doesn't necessarily rule out any sort of 2-base all-in, but at the very least, we're not seeing any cheese or proxies. Now, Sigmar, I've said it in the past, hint, hint, please send me a game with some proxy plays. I still have not seen any cheesy games featuring this mod, and I think it would be super cool to see. Now, taking a look, it does look like both players are teching up just a little bit. We have what is going to be a relay tower on Solstice's side. The relay tower opens up some tech options, and it also allows you to build processors from the processing core. The processing core is the command center equivalent for the Genetron. Even though these guys look like Terran, they are not Terran. They are all robots, and this is not a command center. This is a processing core, and the relay tower allows you to build a processor out of the processing core. Now, the processor is by far one of my favorite utility units in this mod. It's basically a high-speed uncloaked observer. It is so fast. It is so hard to kill. It's basically a free scout, man, and it's a detector on top of that. So, it's a super, super sick unit. Now, taking a look at Sigmar's side of things, he has what is a fabricator. The fabricator is the factory equivalent or the Genetron. So Sigmar is teching up just a little bit. The manufacturer looks like it's building a blitzer. One really cool thing about this mod is the fact that you can actually see what's being built from these buildings. I think that's a really, really cool attention to detail. Now, what is this? This is what I was talking about. This is the processor. Look how fast this thing is. It is like an observer on steroids, but the steroids made it lose its cloak. Oh, he's going to spot all sorts of things right here. He does see what is 3 blitzers. The blitzers do shoot up the Spitfire, which is basically a super fast Marine. This is the tier 1 unit for the Genetron. Does not shoot up. And we have the Mole as well. The Mole is basically like a Spider Mine siege tank, but it does not cloak. It's a siege tank in the sense that it burrows, it sieges up, and has crazy DPS and crazy range. The only difference is I don't think it does damage when it's unburrowed. So right now, this thing would not do damage. It would be super easy to snipe if Solstice decided to push right now. But no, he is staying home. He is macroing up. He's happy to do so. He's going for a pretty blitzer-heavy army. And what are we seeing here? Is he pushing out? Oh, it looks like both players are actually pushing out. They may meet in the middle of the map. This mole may change. This mole may change the outcome of this engagement if Sigmar is able to burrow it in time, but I'm not sure if he will. This mole is a bit slower than the rest of this army. May actually catch Sigmar off guard. Sigmar does decide to burrow it. We will see this mole in action, able to do a decent amount of DPS, but Sigmar stretching himself just a little bit thin there. His army was spread out a little bit too much, and gave Solstice the upper hand on that engagement. Now, what do we have here? We have what is going to be a 3rd base coming down from Solstice. Solstice is definitely going for the macro playstyle. We have a processor from Sigmar, able to do some scouting of his own, will spot that 3rd base for Solstice. So Sigmar has some decisions to make. He's like, okay, I either have to deny this 3rd base or expand on my own side of the map. Now, we're going to see if that's what he decides to do. Taking a look at the units, it's 36 workers to 48 workers in favor of the blue Genetron player. So Solstice is going to be ahead in economy, especially if he's able to keep this third base alive, which I kind of suspect he will be able to. Here we go, though. We have Sigmar trying to deny this third base. Now we have two moles coming in for the attack as well. Possibly able to take out some of these blitzers, but the blitzers are so tanky. But Sigmar is actually able to come out ahead in this engagement. This mole has 3 life left. Oh my god. May actually be able to deny this third base and at the same time is expanding. But we have what is the Insider. But unfortunately, it gets stuck on these units and goes down. But as you can see, it does jump over cliffs just like Reapers. And these units are so cool. But Solstice may end up losing his processing core. Will he be able to save it? The Insider using its basically teleport ability to jump behind the army of Sigmar and actually able to save. He's actually able to save his processing core with 242 HP. No way, I swear. I thought that thing was going down, man. Oh my god. What an engagement. We have what is another attack in the natural base of Solstice. Sigmar is being very aggressive this game. Solstice, though, doing a great job at reacting to this, able to save most of his workers, running them out of that mineral line. And at the same time, we have what is going to be a third base establishing for Sigmar. So, Sigmar doing exactly what I suggested he should do. It's almost as if he was listening to me. Deciding to try and deny the third base, but at the same time, not only trying to deny the third base, but expanding himself. Ultimately, though, it does look like Solstice is able to clean up the harassment on his side of the map. I would like to see some repairing going down on this processing core. This processing core is raising my blood pressure so much right now. It's freaking me out, man. But we have what is going to be a couple moles for Solstice. This will be very good defense for him on this third base location. Now, taking a look at what else these players are doing, we have assembly arrays. The assembly array is basically the starport equivalent for the Genetron. This will allow Sigmar to build some air units. So the air units have a lot of utility for the Genetron. I'm still having trouble getting used to all of them. They each fit a very specific niche, and it's really hard to get used to. The micro is so much different than in vanilla StarCraft, which I think is super cool, but I'm a very new player for this mod, so I'm basically a noob. I'm very much a noob. If you guys have seen any of my my campaign missions for this mod, you'll know that I'm kind of a noob where it comes to this mod. So we don't got to talk about it, but if you guys want to watch it, feel free. We have another processor flying around, trying to get some scouting information. But Solstice is being a little more conservative with this processor, realizes that Sigmar may have a big ball of units somewhere on the map and likely does not want to lose this processor to that army, but does see what is going to be the fourth base coming down for Sigmar. For a second, I thought this processor would miss it by just a little bit, but no. Solstice able to spot the fourth base, but at the same time, he has a fourth base of his own coming down. Taking a look at the workers killed, actually. 10 workers killed by Sigmar, so a pretty decent push there in the mid-early game, I want to say. Taking a look at the units, we have 61 workers to 65, 66 now. So Sigmar is actually ahead in workers at this point. Taking a look at the upgrades. Okay, this is something I have to get used to, but I'm pretty sure these are heavy unit upgrades for Sigmar and one light unit upgrade. So he's basically at 111, and Solstice is actually at 1-1 for light units. So that is the upgrades for you right there. Taking a look, though, it looks like both players are happy to be macroing up just a little bit. They had some pretty good engagements in the middle of the game. Actually, let's look at the resources lost. Virtually even, 3,100 resources lost to 3,000 resources lost for both players. So both players are pretty even in this game and also even in expansions. But it looks like Sigmar actually going for a push of his own. We have a few flying units right here. The Hornets are anti-ground units. They are basically uncloakable Banshees. They only shoot down. They are a flying unit that shoots on the ground but does not shoot up. The unit that shoots up from the assembly array, I believe, is the Avenger. And here we go. We have a push on the 4th base location for Solstice. It does look like Solstice is going to lose this processing core, and it does go down. Is Solstice reacting to this? Not quite. He is waiting. I think he's just waiting at his 3rd base location. He realizes that Sigmar may be coming to push on the door of his 3rd base, but no, Sigmar happy with that push, lost virtually nothing in that engagement. He knows he's ahead now at this point, taking out the 4th base for his opponent, and has a 4th base of his own. So Sigmar able to put himself ahead in this mid game at this point. And Solstice doing a great job though, throwing down this expansion, replacing it right away as soon as it goes down. What I might do in a situation like this, if I had the money to do so, is throw down one more base right here, like a 5th base, just in case Sigmar gets fixated on the 4th base location. Then you have a sneaky 5th/4th base that your opponent may not be aware of. Now taking a look, we have another push on the other side. So right when I said that Sigmar may be fixated on the 4th base location, it actually looks like he decides to check this. So you know, I'll take the L. I'll take the L. I'll say I was wrong. Don't do what I just said. or do if you want to. Now we have another big push right here. The natural base does look like it may go down, and it does. Taking a look at the workers killed, 34 workers killed this game so far. Sigmar being a pest, man. He is having some really clean engagements, man. Taking out so many workers, only losing 1 worker this game, and able to take out not only the 4th base, but also able to take out the natural base. This is putting Solstice in a really tough position right now. He's going to be so far behind going into the late game, but we do have some crazy bombs right here. What are these? These are the Jupiters. This is what I'm talking about. The air units for the Genetron are so different. The micro is way different than anything in vanilla StarCraft. These are basically bombers. Look at them. They look so cool, and they took out so much of Sigmar's army right there. Just 3 of them. Oh my god. That was so crazy. I almost lost my voice, dude. We do have these Hornets, though. These Hornets are being really annoying. Able to take out the 4th base, so Solstice will be 2 bases down, leaving the game, giving the victory to Sigmar. But man, those Jupiters able to take out so many units in the natural base right there. That was absolutely insane. Crazy game of Genetron versus Genetron, the custom Scion Races mod. If you guys enjoyed what you saw, please consider shooting me a like and subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want me to cast any of your own games, I will leave my email in the description below. And I'll see you guys on the next one.